Good day and welcome to another Wily Wednesday. The other day I was at the plot and somebody who's the sister of one of the plot holders said to me, "I wish I had the time in my life to do all the things that you get done." And I smiled and I inwardly thought to myself, I think you have plenty of time in your life to get stuff done. It's what you choose to do with your time that may stop you doing the things that you want to do. And it made me think of a quote, and I've looked it up and I can't see who actually said this. But instead of wishing for what you want, just go and make it happen. Because when you say things like, oh, I wish I had the time to do this, or I wish I could get down the plot to do this, or I wish that I could go and see this person at the theatre, what that is actually doing is no good whatsoever. What you should be doing, if you can, is planning your time. Now, I'm quite happy of a weekend, on a sort of wet weekend, but actually even a dry weekend, to sit and watch Murder, She Wrote back to back. I may have seen the episodes 3 or 4 times, but I'm quite happy to watch them again. But what I do is I say, right, I'm going to watch that episode and then I'm going to go down to the plot and do this, or I'm going to go shopping, or I'm going to go upstairs to my desk and I'm going to do some work, I'm going to call a client. So I suppose I'm sort of talking about time management. It's very easy to sit back and think you don't have the time to do things. And I am sure there are people in this world, in fact I know there are people in this world, who are working several jobs to keep their life together, and they don't have the time to take out and do things that they'd like to do. But most of us in the world have the opportunity to say, right, outside of my working hours, I am going to do this with my time. If we choose to sit in front of the television for hours on end, or if we choose to sit on social media and read social media for hours on end, or if we decide to look at YouTube videos for hours on end, that's a choice that we make. You could decide to not watch that Richard and Paul video. Why would you? But you could do. And go and do something else instead. Go down to the plot and pick the beans that you need to bring in before it rains, or put in those seeds that you know need to be sown in September and not in October, or take the tomato vines down or the bean poles down and put them away. So do think about how you use your time. I am lucky. I work from home. I think everyone that watches us knows that. And I can sort of take an hour out of my day to go down to the allotment and do what I need to do, or go shopping to a shop around the corner, to Lidl, or to the high street around the corner, and do things when it's not busy. So I do have that opportunity, which I know others don't. But it's about how you manage the time that you do have that is really important. Don't just wish I could do this or I could do that, because actually if you take some time out and maybe if you manage your time a little bit better, you could do X or you could do Y. Many years ago, when I was working full-time, not at home, but full-time in an office in Surrey, I used to drive to work every day. And there was a person that would call me because they knew I was in the car for about an hour. They would call me each day and they would tell me how busy they are and how much work they had to do and how they never have time to do what they need to get done in a working day. But their working day started at 8 and they were spending a good 45 minutes on a very regular basis each week telling me how they didn't have time to get the full job that they were supposed to do done in a day. And one day I did say to the person, instead of telling me how much time you don't have to do the jobs you need to get done, why don't you not call me and just take that extra 45 minutes or an hour to get the jobs done that you don't think you've got the time to do? So, what's the point of today's Wily Wednesday? Stop thinking about what you don't have the time to do and try and start thinking about how you might better manage your time to do the things you'd like to do. Won't always work out, we know that. You know, you plan on doing something and then actually something else crops up. And I was supposed to be seeing a client today, but that client couldn't see me in the end today because something had happened their end. So I'm working at home today from my desk, but that did give me the opportunity to come down and film today's Wily Wednesday. Thanks very much for watching. See you again soon for another Wily Wednesday. Bye.